You ever have one of those songs you have no idea what you think about it?
But if you close your eyes...
Yeah, this is one of them for me. I don't know if I should take it seriously, because it certainly takes itself seriously, but it's backed up with one of the goofiest gimmicks I've heard in years. And I don't know if I like it because it's certainly catchy and there's nothing wrong with it, but it's also maybe more grandiose than it can justify. And I don't know how to contextualize it because I have no idea where it fits in with the modern music scene, so I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to be comparing it to. Well, anyway, this is the song Pompeii by the band Bastille. I mean, it's a British band with a French name singing about a place in Italy. I'm already confused. So I guess this is this year's winner of the Fluke Indie Hit Sweepstakes. Actually, I think I should retire that phrase. I mean, they've been happening often enough that you can't really call them flukes anymore. For that matter, I don't even know if you can call it indie. Like, when I say indie, I don't mean it's unpopular. Obviously, that's not the case. It's just I've always used it to describe a certain sound, you know, a tone that was more cerebral and nerdier and more alternative than mainstream pop. But I honestly don't know if I can tell them apart anymore. Like here, for example, let's listen to one of the biggest alternative songs of the last year or so. Now, let's compare that to, oh, I don't know, some dumbass Swedish DJ electronica about partying all night. Yeah, see, I couldn't really tell you what separates Swedish House Mafia from capital cities. So, yeah, Bastille would be the winner of the increasingly common, vaguely alternative electropop hit Entitlement program. But if electropop rock acts like Bastille are mainstream now, that's not a terrible thing. I've been predicting the death of the in the club era of music for a while now, but I think at this point we can declare it officially over. Even Miley's party song didn't really sound like a party song. And I guess there's Pitbull, but Pitbull has always defied rational explanation, so let's not worry about that. But anyway, that's where we're at in popular music. What about this one in particular? What does this song mean? So silly. And yet so very, very earnest. And it's certainly incredibly catchy, but I'm not sure what it's about. And who the hell are these guys, and where did they come from? Well, let's find out. What was that? Okay, so these guys are B Triangle Still. They're pretty new, but they've been building up buzz for the past year or so. And their frontman, the guy with the eraserhead hair there, is named Dan Smith. And from what I can tell, their first big hit, Pompeii, is not at all uncharacteristic for them, because Smith also likes classical references that make you feel smart for recognizing them, but only like the really, really famous ones. In this case, songs like Icarus, Albatross, Laura Palmer. For what it's worth, Smith started out as a singer-songwriter type, but was such a terrified stage presence-less wuss that he got himself a full band to help carry the load. Let's see, how would he describe the kind of music his rock band makes?
I don't think we think of ourselves as anything in particular. You know, we don't see ourselves as a rock band. We don't see ourselves as a pop band. I don't know.
Okay, well that was no help at all. Let's just look at the song. Stop that! This is not a one-hit wonderland episode, all right? Bastille are already doing pretty well for themselves right now, and now I've practically guaranteed they'll have another hit because I can't predict these things for crap. I thought the new Pope was going to be a Buddhist, for Christ's sake. Still, I'm just saying, Pompeii doesn't seem like the kind of song that you build a career around. Because the song is dominated by one particular thing. I don't know what to do with this. Is it these ancient monk tribal chants of some kind? Is it supposed to be Roman? Greek? Druids? The background singers from Circle of Life? Who the hell knows? And yet, it works.
But if you close your eyes...
It catches your attention, it sounds great. It fits for a song named after an ancient city that is, to this day, the go-to example of the wrath of the gods. This song feels big enough to justify such an outsized reference full of such weighty imagery. And at the same time, it's goofy as hell. In fact, honestly, whenever I hear this song, I kind of wish the Muppets still had a show with musical guests so they could have Bastille on, because, you know, it would be absolutely perfect. Like, you know, a volcano in the background, Muppet monsters doing the way-oh parts, and the Bastille guy trying to be serious and not laugh. Try and tell me you'll be thinking of anything else when you hear this now.
And the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love.
Now, about that classical reference, in case you didn't already know. Pompeii was a city in the Roman Empire that was completely wiped out in the year 79 AD by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. You may have seen it in that recent movie you did not see. I saw it. I don't really recommend it. Unless for some reason you want to see 90 full minutes of Jon Snow from Game of Thrones making that face like someone keeps flicking paper clips to the back of his head. By the way, that's a hell of a coincidence, isn't it? A song and a completely unrelated movie about the same historical event with the same name out at the same time? You think they released a song to piggyback off the movie? Because it happens. Destiny's Child named a song Survivor right when Survivor was the biggest show on television, so yeah, I think that's what happened here. No, wait, I take that back. That doesn't make any sense. Because like when Alicia Keys tried to capitalize on a movie's success, she at least did it with an actual successful movie. I don't think Bastille was predicting that a Paul W.S. Anderson movie was going to capture the public's imagination. Anyway, Pompeii uses the imagery of a sudden, world-ending disaster and uses it to build to this chorus.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all?
Not really. I mean, even with my eyes closed, I can still smell the smoke and hear the screaming and rubble collapsing.
And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before?
I was here before. It's my city. I mean, it wasn't covered in lava and dead people before, but yeah, I was here. Haha, thank you. That was yet another edition of Todd Takes Abstract Song Lyrics to Literally Theater. It's a living. Actually, hold on. What is this all a metaphor for exactly?
As the dust settled around us.
It sounds kind of like maybe a breakup song, which, if it is, it's a little over the top to compare your angst to the death of thousands of people. But hey, he never specifies. Could be anything. Perhaps it's just a catch-all for any number of disasters that have happened and caught people by surprise. Natural disaster, emotional disaster, who knows? Hell, for all we know, it's not a metaphor at all. Maybe it's literally about the destruction of Pompeii. Although you can make a strong case that it's about anything but Pompeii.
And the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love.
This is a sticking point for me. The walls of Pompeii did not come tumbling down. They got covered in hot volcano crap, but we cleared all that out of the way now, and everything's still standing. You can go there and walk around next to them right now. So, ignore Pompeii specifically. It's just something bad happened. But even in the wake of horrible tragedy, you can still rise above it, which is what that soaring chorus is about.
You close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this?
No one was asking you to? I mean, was there? Was that an issue? Who asked? Where did that come from? You didn't seem to have a problem figuring out just one line ago. Okay, let me be clear about this. Most of this review is just general observations and stupid, pointless nitpicking. It's my oeuvre. But this part genuinely bothers me. It's my biggest problem with the entire song. You get these verses about tragedy and calamity catching you unaware, destroying everything you know, and it's dark and it's unhappy and conflicted, but then the drums kick in and it all resolves into this glorious chorus about finding peace and transcendence even in the darkest of times, and it's glorious, it's wonderful. And then he doesn't even make it to the end of the chorus before he changes his mind completely and starts singing about how he can't even pretend that there's anything good about this at all. What the hell were you thinking, Dan Smith? I mean, yeah, then he goes back to the first line. So I guess that could be an answer to himself. Like, how am I going to be an optimist about this? Here's how. So I guess you could... No, it doesn't work for me. It's structured all wrong. The chorus is supposed to be answering the verses, not itself. Like, that chorus kicks in and it's magnificent. It's almost like U2. Like, this is the exact thing that U2 is good at. But if they wrote like Pompeii, their songs would sound a whole lot different.
It's a beautiful day. So let it get away. It's a beautiful day.
Although it's not really that beautiful. It's getting kind of cloudy. It's actually kind of a shitty day. You see? Although I wouldn't mind if they covered some U2 songs. I would love to hear their version of I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For, parentheses, oh wait, here it is. Am I entirely off base here? Maybe I'm misinterpreting what the song is about. You know what, enough speculating. Why don't we cut straight to the source? Dan Smith, what is this song about? Okay, it says, the song is essentially about fear of stasis and boredom. Being quite a shy, self-conscious person, I was afraid my life might get stuck. What? It's about being stuck in a... I thought this was about coping with tragedy of some kind. How's about boredom and stasis? Is the gods wiping whole cities off the map boring to you? That doesn't make any sense. Wait, I get it. It's like, you can, close your eyes and cover your ears and go la 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 and you can pretend nothing bad has happened at all, but that just traps you in the same cycle of willful ignorance that brought you here to this point to begin with, so that's obviously not a good thing to do. Well, gee, buddy, you sure didn't make it sound that bad. Sounds like closing your eyes is pretty awesome. Background monks seem to think that's worthy of a celebration. Let's see, if you ask me, the best line in the song is this one.
Oh, where do we begin? The rubble or our sins?
I get it. After the disaster, do you just get to work rebuilding things the way they were? Or do you look deeper and make some harsh judgments about what you were doing wrong to begin with? If they wanted to make the song make more sense, that would be the chorus. And the part about closing your eyes would be the closing tag. Actually, wait, hold on. There was more to the interview here. Oh. Okay. Now it makes sense. This song is literally from the point of view of the actual victims of Pompeii, stuck in stasis because their bodies have been literally preserved in hot ash for millennia, buried in volcanic debris, frozen in the final moments of their violent, fiery demise for all eternity. Way-oh, 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 way-oh. Well, I get it now at least. And I get why the chorus disagrees with itself, because it's from the point of view of two different people. Although I guess I would have done the second person in like a different voice. How am I gonna be an optimist about this? So, do I have a verdict here? I guess I like it. It's fun and upbeat and catchy, and even the silly parts make it even better. Even if you see it as camp, and I do, that doesn't mean it's still not powerful or affecting. Ask Journey. So I'm giving this a tentative thumbs up, and well, we'll see where they take it from here. Wait, hold on, I wasn't paying attention. He's an alien now? What?